let's find an nth degree polynomial function p of x with the given stipulations. So we are told that we need to create a polynomial equation, right? They're looking for f of x, or really p of x here, right, for a polynomial equation. P of x is equal to, and they want us to give them what the actual equation is based off these parameters here. So it is a 6th degree function, so our highest power is a 6. That also tells us we have about 6 zeros for that function here. It says our leading coefficient is going to be a 2, and they gave us some of our zeros here. We have a 0 of a 5. We have a 0 of a 3. A 0 that has a multiplicity of 3. And we're also told one of our zeros is 5 minus 4i. So, essentially, they gave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 is our zeros. Remember that 0 with the multiplicity of 3 counts 3 times there. So they gave us 5 out of 6 of our zeros. Keep in mind, anytime they give you a complex 0 like we have here, 5 minus 4i, its conjugate is also a 0. The conjugate of 5 minus 4i is 5 plus 4i. So these are all of our zeros here. Now the way that we set up this equation here, our polynomial function is going to look like a p of x is equal to your a here, which is your leading coefficient. Our leading coefficient is a 2. And then that's going to be followed up by your zeros. And the way you're going to set up your zeros is going to be x minus the first 0, which is a 5. And then we have 3 zeros here. So that's really x minus 0, x minus 0, x minus 0. Then we have our complex zeros here. So we're going to plug in x minus the 5 minus 4i. And then we also have x minus the 5 plus 4i. Now, in order to get your polynomial function, we are going to need to simplify and multiply this entire thing out together. So let's try and get that done here. Let's drop down the 2 and the x minus 5. Now keep in mind these 3 x minus zeros here. X minus 0 is the same thing as x. Right? So this is just like saying x times x, which is an x cubed. Okay? So then what I'm going to do next is I am going to work on simplifying these two here before I drop them down. Just keep in mind the minus signs in front. We do need to distribute these. So that's going to look like this here will really be x minus 5 plus 4i. And this one over here will be x minus 5 minus 4i when we distribute that minus sign there. So really this is the equation that we need to clean up. I'm going to start by multiplying these back two equations here. I'm going to multiply everything by x. X times x is x squared. X times minus 5 is a minus 5x. Then this multiplication here gets me a minus 4ix. Multiply everything by negative 5. Negative 5 times an x is a negative 5x. Negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. And then over here we get a positive 20i. Distributing the 4i is going to give us a 4ix. Then that's going to give us a negative 20i. And then over here we are going to get a negative 16i squared. So I'm going to work on cleaning all of this up first before I drop any of this front part down. Alright, so taking a look at what we have here, dropping down x squared, I see that I have a negative 5x and a negative 5x, so that's our negative 10x. Let's see what else we have. We have a negative 4ix that's going to cancel with this positive 4ix, positive 20i, negative 20i. So I have a 25, and then I have a negative 16i squared left. Keep in mind that negative 16i squared is equal to negative 1. So this is really a positive 16. So I'm going to take this 25 and add it to that 16 that I have right over there, and that's going to give me a 41. So these two trinomials, when I multiply them all out, I get this x squared minus 10x plus 41. Drop down the front part of the problem we had over here, drop down that 2, that x minus 5, and that x cubed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up this front part over here, and I'm going to multiply that out. So I'm going to do this 2 times this x cubed really is what we're looking at here. times this x minus 5. When I multiply these two pieces out, I am left with 2x to the 4th minus 10x cubed. And then I'm going to drop down my trinomial that I have right over here, this x squared minus 10x plus 41. And once we have this all multiplied, we will know what our polynomial equation is going to look like here. So let's multiply. 2x to the 4th times x squared gives us 2x to the 6th. 2x to the 4th times negative 10x gives us a negative 20x to the 5th. And then we have this 2x to the 4th times 41, which gives us 82x to the 4th. Distribute the negative 10x to get negative 10x to the 5th plus 100x to the 4th. And then what do we get here? Minus 410x cubed. When we combine like terms here, our p of x is equal to 2x to the 6th. Let's see, minus 30x to the 5th. So that's this, and this. Plus 182x to the 4th minus 410x cubed. So a lot of little algebra, a lot of simplifying, but this is what our polynomial equation turns out to be.